The service doesn't change. It's all about how you provide the service or how you enhance the service to make it more effective and seamless for the customers. So the service stays as is, but how technology can help that service to be automated or manage it properly. So what we do, as I've just said, we are the technology arm for Iltizam, and we have provided some solutions for various clients across UAE, which includes Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Northern Emirates, and Ras Al Khaimah. So very interesting part, when we started our journey back in 2019, we have started creating our own technology platform to manage the business across all these verticals, which includes the community management platform, where majority of the speakers spoke about today. Then we have also introduced property management platform, which works in line within the PropTech platform called as PropEasy. We have also developed a security module against that, which is managing your vehicles, integrating with your ANPR solutions, and so on. We have integrated, or we have developed another module called as the workplace management, which is more onto your hot desk booking or inviting your visitors onto your premises without any physical security guard on board. He can just walk in with the QR code, reading all the readers and all that. And the last but not the least is the facilities management module, which works in line with all these modules. So at the end of the day, a person is working with one platform which works across all the streams, and your asset is protected through that. So this is very interesting and important part of what we are doing right now, because this is coming out of based in UAE. We are building all this back in Al Quoz, which is not developed in Silicon Valley in US. So we are very much proud of what we are doing. And then we are also trying to inject AI onto this, which will help the community managers or the facilities managers to understand more and how efficiently they can manage it, rather than doing your paper-based process or basing on your regular processes. I have taken only one case study, which is a very simple and straightforward thing which everyone works on a day-to-day basis. So again, I'm talking from a technology provider perspective. So when we started doing or delivering this service, we engaged with the community team, wherein we understood what are their pain points and then try to transform that a little bit efficient way, which provided some results which had given back to the community. So what we have done is we manage around 30,000 units across UAE for Kingfield Owners Association management. And then when we looked at them in 2021, we have seen their work permit management process is completely manual, wherein people come, they request for work permit, customers send an email to the community team asking them, okay, can we have this contractor coming on our site to do some work for us? And at the same time, like the municipality asking, like, can we dig this road on this community? Again, sending emails front and back. So we have looked at all their various processes within the work permit management. And then what we have done is, okay, we have taken all that data back, and then we try to create or transform the same process into a seamless, effective, computerized technology. So now the input can be from anyone. So the input request can be from the vendor itself, who is the actual contractor managing various services within the community. It could be from the community operations itself. So let's say I manage the community and I want some contractor to do some work. And also the customer app, which is the customer himself asking, I want this contractor to come and do some service at my home. So from whichever integrated or whichever platform the request comes in, it comes into our PTW application, which is again monitored by the community and the HSE and the management at an overall scale. And then all these modules we have developed as part of PropEasy community management system. So once we did all this, we try to enable, or we try to identify all the different modules what are required for enabling that kind of service. Then we started looking at and breaking down the silos. Like we need the vendor registration portal first to identify who will be the vendors who will be coming on board. We have identified how an e-work permit application should look like when they're filling it, because each permit has a different form set of fields, each one has a different set of rules and regulations and so on. We looked at how an electronic approval can be provided for those things, how people can access those, what would be the timelines or KPIs against those permits, how we can extend the permits rather than just giving one permit and then leaving it, the rest will be manual, how the dashboarding looks like for the management to see about it, auto notifications and all that as everyone speaks about. And the most important part was the permit inspection. So once we issued the permit, I'm sure like for the HSE or for the FM managers or community managers to do the inspections, there was no platform, so they were doing manually. Some were really doing it, some were not doing it all. All that, we have captured that. And the DocuCenter where all the documents are collated and your documents are stored. At any point of time, you can go back and dig your documentation in there. Your data security, your vendor management, and completely paperless. So these are basically the tractions which evolved from those modules. So that was a solution blueprint, and then we converted the process into an electronic format wherein it drives into a simple 4-step area, which is fill your application, review it and approve it, execute the work, inspect, and extensions or completion of the work. So post-implementation, we went and tried to dig in what is the benefit we have achieved from these. So from one community, so as out of this 30,000 residents, what Kingfield manages, there are like around 80, 90 communities what they manage across. From one community itself, we could see there are around 175 permits what they're issuing on a monthly basis, out of which 17 minutes on each permit have been saved because the process was been transformed from paper to online, which has been managed effectively. With that, we have got around 51 net hours saved from CM team, from HSC team, and from customer side. We are not even countering the vendor side because when we inject the AI into this whole process, even from the vendor side, there would be some savings. So all these savings, then we asked with the team, like, what are we going to do with this? So they told us proudly that they'll be giving it back as part of service charges, which would be reducing the service charges for the end customers. So these are like some numbers. I'm sure like everyone is bored of the numbers, but at the same time, like we try to even understand from the managerial side of it or how to transform this whole scenario. So we understood that it became seamless. So there is no physical person going into any offices or asking what happened to this, where it is lying with and who is approving it and so on. It's completely sustainable. So today it could be 175, tomorrow it could be 175, it could be 1075 and so on. They don't need to change the solution. They can implement this for any kind of community what they manage across. It's completely transparent with digital approval. So as soon as someone gets it into their inbox, they can sign it, they can approve, they can reject, they can ask for more information and so on. Everything seamless online. And it's reliable and effective because there was no downtime. There was nothing came out of the whole exercise when we performed it. Some of the niche findings from our side when we try to achieve all this. So we can, with all this transformation, what we have achieved was the safety to the customers, what we have provided from the Kingfield side is amazing because we know who is the contractor coming on board and we know what they're doing, whether their contractors are having the legal IDs with them, they have the safety kits with them, and so on. So we are protecting the community and the people well-being. It's completely automated, which is driving the efficiencies, as I showed you the numbers before. And also from the inspections module, what is very niche about was the insights of this inspection. So when these guys went on inspection, they could find the relatively small areas where either the contractor was not following certain things or whether they want to cancel the permit then and there or whether they want to keep it up again. So all these were like findings and which they're trying to improve again and again, and then trying to build their communities to make sure they're a safe environment. So we are